Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, it's Trophy Wine Hunter. Today I'm doing a review of a recent trophy wine night. Really fun night. I had a subscriber from London visit me and had some friends come along and we had a great wine night. So this is a quick picture of our selection that night and we'll go through the wines. Quick video of the lineup of the wines. And here we go. So the first wine we had was the Domaine Comte de Vogue 2005 Bon Mer Grand Cru. This is my first experience with this wine. We did decant it and it was still very youthful. And man, this was a great wine to start off with. Unbelievable. As viewers and subscribers know, one of my areas of preferred drinking over the last 2 years is Chambon-Musigny, and this is Bon Mer is one of the Grand Cru sites in Chambon-Musigny. And for anyone who thinks that Burgundy or Pinot Noirs are light, drink this wine. This is not light at all. Very, very nice. So my notes on this was spice and dark fruit and a bit of moss on the nose. Blackberries, black plums, black cherry with chocolate and dusty tannins. It had a great structure and body. Just a really great intensity of flavor and body. And still very youthful even after decant. It'll go on for 10, 15 years easily. Probably my wine of the night. My rating was 95 points. My subscriber from London brought a 1982 Phelan Segur from the Saint Estephe region. And I was really interested in this wine because I had told him that my experience with 1982 wines in general, where they were kind of over the hill. They weren't really performing well, and most of the time I was disappointed. And same thing with Phelan Segur. I reviewed a bottle, I think in an off vintage, but never was really that impressed with it. So I was really interested to drink this wine. So I have that review of I think it was a 2011 Phelan Segur, or at the end of this video. But this really surprised me. And all I can say is I think perhaps Phelan Segur's wines in the past might be a bit better. And because other wineries have kind of got more money and put more money into their winery, maybe they've fallen a bit behind over the last 10, 15 years. But this really put a new light on things. I actually really like this wine. I was surprised. We did not decant it, but it was not disappointing in my mind. It was a beautiful wine. It showed really well. Cork was wonderful, but it wasn't dilute like I've tasted a lot of 82s. And we were just talking about our experiences, but the only ones that I thought were really good in 82 were Livre Lacasse. My subscriber said he had Pichon Lalande and Latour, which were also good, and he had this one, which was very good. So my tasting note with this was it's almost like tea-like in the taste and aroma. Forest loam black tea and dried dates or figs on the nose. It was really soft and mellow. There was still fruit, maybe dried fruit, and a really, almost a loamy black tea, almost like Pauillac tea kind of sensation, but very mild and very mellow. I really enjoyed it and didn't think it was over the hill. I thought it was perfect right now. My rating is 93 points. Another really interesting wine that my friend brought, it was the Chateau La Gaffeliere 1989. And again, it's an interesting bottle for me because La Gaffeliere I don't drink a lot of, and 1989 is a vintage that I really think a lot about. I think it's a great vintage. I think it's probably drinking better than 82s at this point. The 88s and 89s to me are the best drinking vintage in the 80s at this point. Maybe 86 is also very good, but in terms of the softness, I really like 89s. This is a Grand Cru Class A winery that has taken themselves out of the classification system, but I really enjoyed it. We all kind of had a little bit of slight greenness on the nose, but it wasn't that bothersome. I thought it was quite nice. So my notes was this slightly green on the nose with mushrooms and smokiness. dried plums, raspberry, and like smoked meat with a metallic aftertaste. But I really enjoyed it. I think it's in its drinking window. I don't think you really need to wait very much longer. We did not decant this. And so I think both with this and the Phelan Segur, they're drinking right now beautifully. I wouldn't wait any longer. Maybe, they could last another 3 years, but why wait? Right now, they're perfect. My rating of this wine was 91 points. Next wine, I think, was the other wine that I thought was the wine of the night. It's the Chateau Lafite 2004. And this wine is such a workhorse in terms of such a consistent wine. And again, we were talking about this. It's an off vintage of Chateau Lafite, but there are really no bad vintages Chateau Lafite. And this may not be a vintage where you're going to make money or it might really not impress people, but it is still a Chateau Lafite and it's drinking wonderfully. So this is a drinking wine. It's not a collecting wine. It's not a make money wine. It's not a show off wine. It's just a great Lafite. And it really showed its class. These were all great wines, but the Lafite does have that little bit of elegance, a touch of elegance that just puts it above. And, every time I drink this wine, I'm just so impressed with it. It always shows so well and never is outshadowed by any other wines. It's a great wine. So I've done a review of this wine in full, and I can put that at the end of this video. My basic notes on this are fairly the same all the time. Fresh cedar, graphite, Asian spice, dark fruit aroma, really balanced, seems to drink well in any setting. We did decant, but doesn't need a big decant. Dark fruit, cedar, mint, spice on the palate. Really easy to drink, really mellow, so easy to accept. Everyone loved the wine. Tannins are strong but not overpowering. There's a restrained elegance that gives you enough fruit but not too much. A really delicate balance of power and elegance that's so hard to achieve. My rating, 95 points. Next, another friend brought a 2014 Rauzan Segla from Margaux region. So I love Margaux. That's an area of preferred drinking for me. So I love the chance of drinking Margaux. And we're just talking about this vintage. The 2014 vintage is one of these vintages that doesn't really, in our minds, perform that well. It's good. And again, all these wines are really good wines, but it's just a relative thing in terms of when you put them against other wines, they don't stand out as much. So this wine we were just discussing on the table. A lot of us have drank 14s. This wine, we had to give it a lot of time. We aired it. It's not. I think it's just there, and it's just an easy drinking wine. It's good. But it's not going to wow you, and it really is not the best representation of Rauzan Segla. It's pretty kind of simple, but it's good. So my notes, not as charming as other vintages of Rauzan Segla I've had. A little bit of alder tree, currants, and plums on the aroma. There's definitely dark fruit on the palate, but it's relatively a simple wine. So my rating of it is 90 points. While we were finishing up, one of the other guests in the restaurant came over, looked at our wines, was very polite and just wanted to look. And, he seemed like a very nice gentleman. We asked him, he was just visiting. I think he's visiting from somewhere. I'm not sure if it's Ireland or Hong Kong, but he was visiting and he admired our wines. I think he was part of another association and he struck up a good conversation. We said, hey, do you want to drink with us? We said, sure. So we decided to open another bottle of wine. And I decided to open the 1983 La Mission Brion. This is a wine, again, that viewers and subscribers are very familiar with. I'm really fortunate. I had 4 of these bottles. All 4 were great. And it's one of these wines that just is impressive, no matter who drinks it. And you might see my rating at the end. You'll think it's low. It's not about the rating. It's a great wine. For me, I have to kind of base it on other wines that I deal with, but that in no means says I didn't like this wine. I really, really enjoyed all 4 bottles that I had of it. I don't have any more, but it was such a magical experience to drink this wine. It's so good, and again, doesn't need a decant. My notes on this is very aromatic with dark fruit, smoke, floral, and anise notes, breadfruit with herbal, minerally aftertaste, spice, black pepper, It's drinking at its peak, but it probably could go a little bit longer. But it's a wonderful, wonderful wine that everyone enjoyed. My rating was 93 points. And then we finish off with a half bottle of Chateau Suduiraut 2009, a Sauternes that I've had many times. Again, a very safe wine from in my opinion. Every bottle I've had I've loved. Still really nice. I've started drinking this I think 4 years ago. Every bottle I've had has just got better and better. It's all great. It's still in its drinking window. So my notes on this is it's a great blend of tropical fruits, peach and caramel. You never get tired of this wine. I think even non-drinkers would love this because there's honey, mango, peaches on the aroma, peaches and cream, honey, caramel on the taste, slight hint of coconut. Just, I don't know what else to say. It's like just a great wine, and every time I drink it, it gets better and better. So I'm going to rate it. I've rated it in different times, 95 or 97 points. I'm going to go with 95 points this time. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Until next time, happy drinking.